Welcome back, radiant soul of Leo. I'm Luna, and if these words have found you now, on this very day, May 18th, 2025, know that this is not a coincidence. The universe has been whispering to you through dreams, through tension in the air, through that quiet ache in your chest you haven't quite been able to name, and now it speaks more clearly. This is your turning point. This is not just another sunrise on the calendar. This is the first light of an entirely new chapter in your soul's unfolding journey. Something is shifting beneath the surface of your life, Leo. Something sacred. The kind of shift that doesn't happen on the outside first, but begins within. A soft but powerful awakening. It's the moment when the old stories, the outdated beliefs, the voices that told you you're too much or not enough, they begin to dissolve. Not in a dramatic blaze of fireworks, but in a gentle, sovereign clarity that emerges from your spirit. And you, my dear Leo, are being asked to walk forward, not with certainty, but with trust. Because no, the whole path won't be revealed to you at once. It never is. But with each step you take, the next light appears. One by one, just enough to keep going, just enough to keep believing. So take a breath. A deep one. Inhale the truth that your future is not behind you. It is calling you now. Exhale the fear that tells you you're not ready. You are ready. And the proof is not in perfection. It's in your courage to begin. As we move through today's reading, I invite you to see this not just as a horoscope, but as a mirror. A sacred mirror reflecting the version of you that's been waiting to be remembered. The version of you that knows. Every ending is a doorway, every challenge is a choice, and every choice is a chance to become the person you were always meant to be. Let us begin. And now, radiant Leo, let us turn our gaze toward the realm of money and fortune, not just in numbers, but in energy, alignment, and intention. Today, the financial energy surrounding you begins to loosen its grip. The pressure you felt, that weight of uncertainty, the quiet stress you've carried around decisions, debts, or delays, it begins to soften. Like clouds parting after a long storm, clarity is returning to your financial path. The reversed Five of Swords speaks of this shift, the end of internal battles around worth, scarcity, or comparison. You're stepping out of survival mode and into a mindset of quiet, empowered receiving. What once felt blocked is now beginning to open, and opportunities, especially the unexpected kind, are starting to approach. This might arrive in the form of a long-overdue bonus, an offer that seems to appear out of nowhere, or even a whisper of a side project that holds more potential than you imagined. Stay attuned. The universe speaks in subtle nudges before it sends the winds of abundance. But with this shift comes a sacred responsibility. The energy of the magician is strong today, meaning your power to manifest is especially active, but it also means that impulsiveness can backfire if not channeled with intention. You may feel tempted to act quickly on a financial whim, to spend as a form of emotional release, or to take bold risks out of impatience. Luna's message to you, Leo, is clear. Do not let temporary excitement unravel the long-term stability you are building. The Justice card reminds us that money, like energy, requires balance to multiply. Every gain must be met with grounded gratitude, and every choice must echo your deeper values, not just the moment's desire. This is not a time to prove anything to anyone. It's a time to align with the kind of wealth that nourishes you, not just externally, but spiritually. So pause, reflect, ask yourself, what does true prosperity mean to me now? Is it security, freedom, the ability to support others? Let that vision guide your decisions today. You are being given the tools to build lasting abundance, but only if you use them wisely and patiently. There is no rush. The right door always opens at the right time, especially for those who don't chase but prepare. And as always, the stars speak in numbers too. Your lucky numbers for today are 9, 21, 33, 45, 57, and 69. codes of energy that may appear in small moments, in addresses, prices, clocks, or simply as cosmic winks affirming you are on the right path. Trust what you feel. Stay open, stay discerning, and remember, your abundance is not a matter of luck, it is a matter of alignment. In the realm of your career, dear Leo, the energy today calls for courage. Not the loud, performative kind, but the steady, soul-rooted kind that arises when you remember who you are and what you're capable of. The Magician appears once again in your reading, and that is no coincidence. This card is a sacred reminder that you already possess every tool, every talent, every inner resource required to move forward. If you've been waiting for permission, for clarity, for someone else to recognize your worth before you act, today is the day you realize that the power has always belonged to you. Your voice, your ideas, your presence, they carry weight. But it is only when you own that truth, without apology, that others begin to rise and take notice. You may feel a pull to initiate something new, a project, a proposal, a conversation that has lingered too long on the edges of your mind. Do not ignore it. There is cosmic momentum behind your intention now. This is not the time to shrink back out of fear of being too bold. In fact, it's that very boldness, expressed with wisdom, that will unlock doors you once thought were sealed shut. Whether you're seeking recognition, advancement, or simply a deeper sense of purpose in your professional path, the universe is meeting your effort with open arms. What you plant now will yield results. Perhaps not overnight, but surely and steadily. Yet alongside this momentum, the Justice card enters your work life with quiet authority. It speaks of long-overdue resolution. Perhaps there have been imbalances in how you've been treated, overlooked contributions, unequal rewards, miscommunications that weighed heavy on your spirit. The scales are beginning to rebalance. Fairness is returning. This doesn't necessarily come in a dramatic confrontation. Often, it arrives as quiet shifts, acknowledgments, or opportunities that validate the energy you've poured in. Let go of past resentment. You no longer need to carry stories of unfairness like armor. Instead, let your integrity speak. Let your consistency be your advocate. And now, the Empress joins this sacred triad, bringing a wave of creative fertility to your professional field. Your ideas, your innovations, your sense of aesthetics or strategy, they are being noticed. Don't underestimate the ripple effect of your contribution. Even the smallest act, done with care, can bloom into something enduring. This is a beautiful time for collaboration, especially with those who value your essence, not just your efficiency. Create, contribute, express, not to prove, but to pour yourself into the work that calls you. So today, Leo, walk into your workplace, not just as an employee, a boss, a colleague, but as a soul who knows they belong. The path is shifting, the energy is rising, and your role in this transformation is not accidental, it is essential. Let your work become a reflection of the light you are now ready to share. And now, Leo, let us step softly into the sacred terrain of the heart for today. The stars whisper not of surface affection, but of deep soul recognition, karmic connections, and emotional rebirth. The Lover's card emerges as the beating heart of your reading, and it does not arrive lightly. It carries the weight of choice, of union, of soul-aligned connection. Whether you are currently in a relationship or walking this path solo, today brings a rare moment of emotional clarity. If you are partnered, this is a time when something within your bond deepens. Perhaps it's a quiet conversation that opens a long-closed door. Perhaps it's simply a shared silence that feels more intimate than words. There is a tenderness unfolding now, a chance to look at one another not just as lovers, but as companions on a spiritual journey. If there has been distance, misalignment, or unspoken pain, the energy today offers a bridge. not a forced reconciliation, but an authentic opportunity to re-choose each other with open eyes and softer hearts. For those of you who find yourselves alone, the energy is no less potent. In fact, solitude can be the sacred space where destiny begins to stir. The Star and Justice cards suggest that someone from your past, not necessarily from this lifetime, but certainly from your emotional history, may be circling back into your orbit. This could be a former lover, a missed connection, or even someone whose energy never quite left your field. They may come bearing words you never thought you'd hear. An apology, an explanation, a revelation that brings closure, or perhaps a new beginning. What they offer may not be perfect, but it will be honest, and it will ask something of you, not your judgment, but your truth. Are you ready to see them and yourself with new eyes? If a new connection enters your life today, don't dismiss the subtle pull. There's a chance this soul is not just a stranger, but someone you've known in lifetimes past. You may feel it in the pause between their words, the inexplicable comfort in their presence, the way your heart settles when they look at you. This is the energy of fated meetings. Not always easy, not always predictable. Be open, not desperate. Be receptive, not rushed. Love enters gently when you are aligned with your own worth. The Empress and Justice, together, suggest that healing is at the forefront of your romantic story today. This is not just about who loves you, but about how you love yourself. Any wounds from past relationships, betrayals, silences, abandonments are rising now, not to haunt you, but to be held, to be rewritten. As you nurture your own heart, you become a magnet for those who will reflect that same devotion. So Leo, whether you are rebuilding, rediscovering, or receiving love anew, trust that today holds a mirror to your deepest desires. Let your heart be seen. Let your truth be spoken. The universe is not only listening, it is conspiring to bring you the kind of love that doesn't just warm the skin, but awakens the soul. Now, beloved Leo, we arrive at the sanctuary of your well-being, the sacred temple of your body, your emotions, your breath. And today, the universe is gently placing a hand on your shoulder, inviting you to pause, to listen, to care not just for your outer strength, but for the quiet, pulsing rhythms of your inner world. The Empress rises once more in your reading, and here she speaks not of romantic love or creativity, but of deep cellular nourishment. She is the mother of restoration, and her message is clear. This is not a time to push harder, to chase more, or to ignore the whispers of fatigue that may be speaking through your joints, your appetite, your mood. This is a time to soften into care, to return to yourself, not because you are broken, but because you are sacred, and even sacred things need tending. Leo, you are known for your fire, your passion, your will, but the fire needs fuel, and the heart needs rest. If you've been carrying emotional burdens, grief unspoken, resentment unprocessed, guilt that clings, they may have begun to speak through your body, perhaps through tension in your back, headaches that come and go, a sense of heaviness you can't explain. These are not signs of weakness, they are invitations. Your emotional body and your physical body are not separate. They are in sacred conversation. And today, they are asking you to release, to give yourself permission to cry, to journal, to walk in silence, to breathe deeply into the places where you've held too much for too long. The Justice card in this space reminds you that balance is not only about productivity, it is about restoration. You cannot pour from a cup that has run dry. And the Star brings light to this message, assuring you that healing is already underway, not in dramatic gestures, but in small, intentional moments. Drink more water. Stretch with awareness. Feed yourself with gentleness. Let your morning sun be medicine, and your quiet afternoons be prayer. Today, gentle movement is especially aligned for you. Go for a walk without your phone. Let your senses lead you. Try yoga or stretching, not to perform, but to reconnect. Meditate, not to empty your mind, but to hear the quiet voice within it. You may also feel drawn to bodies of water, a lake, a bath, even a simple bowl of water placed near your bed, as symbols of your emotional flow returning to its natural rhythm. Remember, Leo, vitality is not a goal to chase. It is a state to return to, and you return not by effort, but by remembrance, remembering that you are worthy of care, of stillness, of softness. The more you choose to honor your needs, especially the ones you've learned to suppress, the more life force will return to you in unexpected ways. Your light cannot shine if it is burned out. So today, let your healing begin not with a solution, but with a choice. The choice to treat yourself not as a problem to be fixed, but as a being to be loved. And now, dear soul, shall we take a final breath together as we step into the sacred circle of kinship? Your family, your friendships, the bonds that root and remind you of where you come from. Today, as the moon gently moves through the later degrees of Pisces, forming a harmonious sextile to Uranus in Taurus, emotional insight flows more freely. You may find yourself feeling unusually sensitive to the needs and moods of those around you. This isn't weakness. This is your intuition heightening, your emotional body syncing with celestial rhythms. In the space of family and long-standing bonds, this alignment helps open the doors to reconciliation. If there have been misunderstandings, silences, or quiet wounds between you and a loved one, this is the moment when healing words can be spoken, or even felt without words at all. The cosmos favors gentle mending today. If you've been waiting for the right time to reach out or forgive, the stars say, this is it. Meanwhile, Mercury in Gemini offers the gift of communication, but not the fast-paced, distracted kind. This is the perfect atmosphere for thoughtful conversations, open-hearted listening, and a willingness to see someone else's truth without losing your own. You might find that a sibling, a close friend, or even a parent is ready to speak more honestly, or perhaps it's you who finally finds the clarity and courage to express what's been held inside. With the sun still journeying through Taurus, there's a call to ground those conversations in love, patience, and practicality. Healing is not just an idea. It's something we practice with presence again and again. The influence of Venus in Cancer brings emotional tenderness to your domestic life. You may feel a deeper longing to nurture your relationships, to create comfort and safety for those you care about, and to be nurtured in return. If you've been carrying burdens silently, now is the time to lean into the support systems that surround you. Even if things haven't always been perfect, the stars suggest that those closest to you are more willing than ever to offer their love and presence, but only if you let them in. This is not a time to be proud. It is a time to be real. And as Pluto retrograde in Aquarius subtly stirs beneath the surface, some of your deeper patterns around attachment, loyalty, and family karma may be rising for review. You might notice an old fear resurfacing, the fear of abandonment, of betrayal, of not being enough for the ones you love. Don't run from these feelings. Let them speak, because once acknowledged, they begin to lose their power. And in their place, you may discover a more authentic way of relating, one that allows both freedom and connection to coexist. So today, Leo, if you feel the urge to send a message, to make a call, to offer a gesture of peace, trust it. The stars are encouraging you to soften into your humanity. True family, whether by blood or by choice, is not built on perfection, but on the courage to keep showing up again and again with love. And so, radiant soul of Leo, as we come to the close of this sacred transmission, take a deep breath with me. Let it be the kind of breath that anchors you, not in fear, not in doubt, but in knowing that this moment in your life is not random, that the alignments in the sky are not distant poetry, but living energy moving through your body, your choices, your becoming. Today, the cosmos has whispered to you through every realm: love, work, health, family, and abundance. And what it all comes down to is this: you are ready. You are ready to let go of the weight of who you thought you had to be and step into the luminous truth of who you already are. The universe isn't asking you to do more, fix more, prove more. It is asking you to remember your power, your light, your place in the great cosmic rhythm of life. So as you walk through the rest of this day, hold your head high, not from pride, but from presence. Speak with clarity, rest without guilt, love with openness, and trust that every step, no matter how uncertain, is part of a greater path unfolding just for you. I'll see you again right here beneath the stars. Until then, stay bold, stay true, and above all, keep shining. The world needs your fire, Leo. And now, more than ever, it's your time to rise.